Good morning, folks. Welcome back. Live stream is currently unavailable. That's interesting. I wonder what's going on with that. Let's refresh. Where's my chat? There we go. Chat is here. Anyway, good morning, everybody, or whatever time it is for you. We're going to start today, before we jump into the market, by creating a few variations of our goblins. We have some people to populate it. And we're going to start with just using this guy's clothes and then changing them, but we may actually wind up rigging another one with some different clothing. But let's start with this guy here. So right now, let's see. There's our goblin. I'm just going to make it brighter too, so we can see what the heck we're doing. Exposure 8. Right now, there's our gobbo. And let's just duplicate him. And Shift D and GX. And the first thing we can do is just start deleting some things to make different ones. So if we come to this guy here, and I'll go back to gray mode now. And let's edit him. And we can grab the hat and delete it. And as simple as that, now we have a guy without a hat. That'll read silhouette-wise very differently. And now let's duplicate him again. And over. And then this guy, tab. And we can delete the raincoat and the fibers. Okay. And very different. And now we could take this guy, and for funsies, let's go edit the shirt. Make sure are they both the same? Okay, so it's man body 3 and man body 1 skirt. Yeah. What's the sleeves? Oh, and those things. Okay, cool. So we got 3 materials to change for his shirt. Let's start with this one. And, oh, he's already got 2. We had a dirty and a clean option on this one. How great. Well, let's just go with dirty to start this one. Great. We like it. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, that changed all of them, of course. You don't want to do that. So let's go back to clean. And let's make it a new one. 3, and we're just going to call it dirty so we can keep track. There we go. And then sleeves, also new and also dirty. Cool. And then skirt, also new. Dirty. And that helps us a lot already. I guess he's excuse me. Okay. Very nice. We got a pants. I'm curious now. Pants. Do we have different versions? Oh, we do too. Cool. So let's do him, new, and 1 dirty. Just gonna make this guy great. Lots of different colors. Cool. Let's come to this guy just for fun. And pants. Let's give him pants dirty. Now he's different there. Cool. Can we even grab the leggings? Let's see. Do they have different ones? Or are they just part of pants? They're equally part of pants, I think. Cool. That's fine. Now, Let's go back and grab our original guy again. Armature 1. Select the hierarchy. Shift D, GX, over. And this time we're going to keep the hat, but get rid of the raincoat. Cool. And we'll make this dirty as well. But leave his pants not dirty, just to give him some variation. Nice. Different silhouettes. Working well for me. I want to actually try one where I see what happens if we just take this guy here and Shift D and GX over and edit him, and we delete the shirt and the sleeves and the skirt. I guess we need to get his belt too. It's just a laborer with no shirt on now. Great. Pretty quick way to start. Just getting us some different people. Now, we could make more, but maybe I'll wait and see if we're going to need more. This might be enough just to give us, because again, with all the fog, it's going to be hard to see stuff. So they're just going to kind of read like silhouettes. We'll have to change their poses when we bring them in too, but that's fine. I think we are good there. Now, let's start on our environment a little bit. See if we need to come back. We're going to go with, again, I think 75 meters has been good to us, so let's do that again. Okay. Fill it and remesh it to 250. Remesh it. Then move that to ground and take the original one and move it to water. Now let's go ahead and save. And this is going to be 25.06.11.1 live stream Meyer Market. Okay. There we go. I'm going to turn off water for right now. And I think I want this to have like a central sort of larger-ish island in the middle of it. So let's go look. I'm going to grab 3 these. There we go. And turn on proportional editing. GZ up and make it bigger. I want it to be higher, but not too much higher. How much we got there? That seems a lot. Let's go to 3 meters. See if that's enough. And then maybe just for fun, I'll grab one here. Bring it down. There we go. So we got another smaller island off to the side like that. Pretty low. Let's see what happens when we add our auto terrainer. hard to tell. See, strength of 2, scale of 0.1, no, 0.01, yeah. It might be all right though. And water back on. And water up a little bit. I don't even mind it being solid like that, connected through. That could be fun. Let's do that. Cool. So I'm going to apply our terrain. I'm not going to do any more changes to it, at least procedurally. Okay. Let's take our water and Q, solidify down to just below and apply all. And we'll go ahead and just give it its material right now already. Apply material, water, convert to editable just in case. Take a look. And we'll go photographer, exposure down to 8. Cool. Working for me. Now, let's grab ourselves a person for scale. We could use a goblin, but these humans are easy to bring in and they're roughly the same size. So, and I think in human size better, so. Cool. Well, let's drop back to gray. And human Greg. GZ. See how big Greg is. Great. So we want to build a market in here that's about like that sized, maybe a little smaller. And it's going to have space around the outside. I'm going to start, I think this time, with a curve, a circle with a radius of 15. And where is it? Okay. So that's a 30-meter circle, 90 feet. It's probably pretty good. I don't think we need to be much bigger than that. We could even go a little bit smaller, maybe. Now let's keep it that big. Okay. I want to try something I've never tried before, actually, which is AW subdivide it. Cool. 2. Good deal. And now I want to try grabbing these individual ones and just warping it a little bit. I'm actually turn off that. I don't need it on anymore. Something like, I just don't want it to be an exact perfect circle. That. I think that's going to be our line that we're going to use. Okay. Now, I can't remember if I can throw my modifier on top of this or not. I don't think I can, but let's try. I think I'm going to have to convert to mesh. Fugen, ruin gen onto that. We'll take it, just solo it. I don't think it will. I think I have to convert it. Let's see. Yeah, I have to convert it. Cool. No big deal. Let's drag this off out. And if I'm going to convert it, then before I do that, I think add geometry, bevel depth. I want it to be like 0.5 meters thick. Oh, so not a bevel. An extrude of 0.525. 0.25. Cool. Yeah. And then we need to edit a Control T 90, right? That gets it flat. Yeah. Cool. Make sure. Yeah, we're flat. Great. And we're going to go 0.15. Take it in a little bit more. And then we're going to apply all. Or, sorry, tab, convert to mesh. And now I want it to have some thickness. So Q, modifier, solidify it down so it goes into there. Cool. I actually might want it a little bit higher up. I want it to be kind of a wall. Let's take it to like there. Yeah. And then we can solidify it, thickness, until it comes down. Cool. Now apply all. Now if we add this ruin to this thing, let's see what happens. We get a wall. It's about that thick. I might do want it a little thicker. Of course I'm going to say that afterward, but you know, hey. Tab. E, faces along normals. And just a bit. Cool. And come back out. Let's see if that's better. Yeah, I think that's better. And trying to decide if I want to be ruined or not. Add more stones this way. Yeah. Solo it. Pretty okay with that. To bring it up a little bit. Turn off water. Make sure that everything is, yeah. No part of it's underneath. Oh, no. The rock. The ruin. Alrighty. So we could add a demolition to it here with this thing. So it's hard to see it though. I don't really like how it works. We could do that another way if we wanted to. I think a little bit of demolition could be fun, just to say this is an older thing too. Let's come to here, Shift A, Mesh, UV Sphere, scale it up, and Control minus. And put that before the other one, and let's see. Yeah, now we have some ruin. And we can 7 SX and scale it out a little bit like that. Yeah. Yeah, that works. That'll be fun. The rest I think I'm going to leave pretty much stable. I don't think we'll have a flat top essentially. Yeah. I might want to go a little higher up on it though. Let's see. Do I want a little taller? We'll make that a little bigger too. Or actually it can kind of arc in. Yeah, no, let's make this a little bit bigger too. Something like that. Yeah, okay. Cool. Now, I don't really think I don't know that I care if it has these plants going off of it, but I don't really need them. And I don't super like them, so let's just get rid of them. Which is just to delete this. It's the easiest way. And it's also not on fire. So now it's just straight plain rocks. Cool. Save. We're going to use that as our starting point for our market. I'm going to come back in and edit it now. And I'm going to grab, I'm going to add a loop here, it doesn't even matter. Add a loop about to there. Okay, great. And P section, come back out. And we're going to go to the second one, and we're going to remove the ruin from it. And the Bezier, I think. So we'll keep both. Yeah, so it's a full circle now around it. Okay, great. Tab, A, E, Alt S, Shift Z, and in to like that. Great. Cool. Too many polys though. I want to try subdividing it or just remeshing it. I think probably the easiest. Quad remesh it to 50. Let's see. Much better. And I don't care if it lines up perfectly or not, so that's actually much better. 50 seems about right. We could maybe make it a little smaller. Let's undo. Let's go with 40. Cool. And we're going to just delete this one. We don't need it anymore. I'm confident of that, right? Right. Because this one's going to be the basis for our platform to start with, anyway. And it's not very, we could make it wider as I look. Let's edit it. Tab 2, 7. Yeah, let's go a little bit wider. There we go. Alrighty. Then we can start playing with this. Let's take some sections to make a second level. 3. We're going to come here to there. And here, oh, come on. And here to there. And maybe here. And that'll be good. Shift D, GZ 2.5 up to there. Crowded. I like it. It's good. Then you can even take this and this. GZ 2.5 again. Great. So that's going to be the foundational area of our market space. Let's save it. I'm going to hide cutters. Now let's go grab our frame from here. And I'm just going to, because I don't want to grab the whole thing. Shift A, mesh, plane, link, copy modifiers. Okay, so now we have this one as our thing. Yep. We're going to come over here and remove ground from it so it doesn't automatically bring us back all those ground with it. This one has no supports. Come on. I'm making a marketplace. Turn that off too. See, copy objects. Take it to our new file. And collection. And paste. Great. then this, and this, and link copy modifiers. Now we can delete this one. And we've transferred it across, and it's brought all that stuff over to collection. Good deal. And this, set our base to ground. And we have it doing that now inside of our ruined wall, which is pretty cool. I think I'm good with that. I don't like these things there going in, but it's very hard to get rid of those without making it a different thing. We'll see for right now, but we're going to leave them for right now. That's a little weird, but yeah, fine. Okay. Let's edit this sucker. And actually, kind of want to fill it through. And then I'm going to have to remesh it, won't I? Probably. Fill. Yes. Okay. Then that's going to be weird. Yeah, and it is. LP section. Come back over to it. Tab. Or Q. Clean mesh. Tab. Yeah, I was afraid of that. We just need to make it quads. Solo it. X. Faces. Actually, easiest thing to do is remesh it to 4 quads. Oh no, that's not going to work. Okay, undo. Get rid of that first. Let's say 5 quads. I could have just made a new one. I don't know why I didn't. It's fine. Cool. And then join it back. Cool. Yeah, I'm into that. It goes out a little bit further. Kind of fun. Cleaned it up a bit. This one here, I'm okay with that, but let's take these and E back and E back once more. Cool. And then E. Cool. And E. How long have I been in this field? I guess I've been working for TV for 6 years now. Before that, I was sort of a freelance concept artist and illustrator for about another 5. So like 10, 11 years. Cool. I got a big platform there. Maybe too big. I think it is too big. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, that feels better. Okay. Sure enough. And kind of want to do the same up on this one, I think. E SX0. There we go. Straighten that out. Bring it back in. Something like that. And then out again. See how we feel about that. Yeah, that's cool. And then let's take that and Shift D, GZ 2.5, bring up again. And then take these SX0 and straighten that out. Gives us that. Nice. Very cool. Let's just check our person to make sure that that still makes sense. I think it does. Yeah, that works. Like, that's low. And again, those cross beams are a pain in my ass, but I like them in other places. I really wish there was a way we could get rid of them somewhere. Hey, Rob. Hey, Michael. Good to see both of you. No, I didn't start with Blender in the beginning. In the very beginning, I was a 2D Photoshop illustrator. And then my first foray into 3D was a little bit of trying to use 3D Coat and Unreal Engine. And then from there, I did a whole bunch in VR with Oculus Medium. And then from there, I moved into Blender. And I've been using Blender for about 7 years now. I like that. That's looking good. Now, the only thing we could do would be include this into ground. Let's see, M ground. It's going to slow us down a little bit, but now it won't jump through that. And it'll kind of build into it. It does actually jump through a little bit, but not too bad. I think we will do that. Movies, no. TV shows, a whole bunch. I work in Vancouver, which is more TV than movies. So, my website is just sethrutledge.com. But Snowpiercer, Fall of the House of Usher, Supergirl, Batwoman, Good Doctor, lots of stuff like that. A little bit on Shogun. Worked on it for like 2 weeks from the very beginning. Cool. I want to put my water back on just to see what it looks like. Yeah, so it's around that outside like that. Nice. Okay. Taking a look. Save it again. I'm going to build a rampway off out of here, I think. Let's just take these. E to like there, and then far enough out that it's kind of off camera for me. I have literally done that, Michael. Yes, or check or contemplated the faces of beveling on an eave on the side of a house. Yes, it is funny. And brains are indeed weird. I agree. Okay, good deal. I like that. Let's take it now, edit it, and again, grab like these two. Shift D, GZ down to like there, and then out to like there. Sure. Control E, bridge edge loops. That should be near enough to be a stair, or sorry, shallow enough to be a stair. The way yes, it does. If the angle of this is steep, it turns it into a ladder, but that's a stairway, and I like that. Double stairway. I don't know if we need double. Let's just make it single. I think single's going to be cooler looking. Yeah, single's better. And then tab again. And this is horrible design. No one would actually make something that did this little deke like this so they could avoid it, because the pain to carry stuff up, but it looks cooler. So we're going to do it. Great. And then let's even do a little bit more. And then proportional on, connected only, GZ, make it bigger, till we come down to our ground level. I want it to be shallow if that doesn't make a stair this time, so let's see. Although if it does, it's cool. Yep, nice ramp. Good deal. So we got our old fortification ruin being used as a foundation for this area of mire. I think that'll work well. We could apply this geometry node setup, and we may need to if we want to change stuff, but right now I'm going to leave it alone. I think it's more efficient if we don't. I'm trying to look at it to see like what else we would want. I think we're going to want at least one. Well, we're going to need some stairs and stuff here, or ladders. So let's do the ladder. Let's do that first. Okay. I'm going to... How do we want to do it? If I introduce a cut here, which I kind of want to, but let's see what that's going to change in our overall structure. It gives us double that here, which is kind of a pain in my ass. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. But I do want, I think, I know what I'll do. Easy down. Oh. Okay. And 7G, kind of bring it out like that. Cool. V, cut it. Now this face, I should be able to just say... cut like that. 3x faces. And it should let me put a ladder there. Yep. Without separating everything else. So it doesn't like n-gons, but because I made this a separate, I cut it with the V command, that's a separate face now, so that works. Which is what we wanted. I may do it several times more now. I'm just going to do these at the same time. Yeah. E, G, Z minus 2.5. Cool. Then we can here, and here. V to cut. Now they're their own faces. Now 3, just select those 3 faces. Cool. And, we can control R, cut it, delete that. And this one here, cut it, delete this one. This one, I don't know that I care. I think we'll leave it alone. Out, cool. Out, cool. Out, cool. Hide, come back. Yeah, everything's there. And tab. Take a look. Oh, that one's too steep still, but that one's okay. So this is the only one that's too steep. Gotta bring this out. It turned it into a railing instead of a ladder because it was steep. Now it's a ladder. So we got ladders coming up there, there, and there. Oh, I didn't do one on the base level on this side. I think here, maybe what I'm going to do is E, GZ minus 2.5. Cool. V, cut it. Should give me a narrow stairway up that side, right? Yep. Nice. It's a little angled, but whatever. We can even fix that if we want to. Rotate it more in line with that. Flat it and out, and tab. Let's see. Cool. I like that. Now, to give us some more fun verticality treatments here, let's take this face here to this face here. They're on the same height, right? Yep. Fill them. Oh, no, can't. Ah, because it's the whole thing. Right. All right. Okay. So again, we'll have to do this thing. E, just this face. E to there. Cool. 3, hide. 2, V. Cut it in half. X that face. I'll hide. Cool. And 7, 2, rotated slightly, a bit more. Cool. 2 to here. Fill. That's better. And 3, we're going to make that a bridge. So we need to give us a base material, something, and then plus assign to a bridge. Oh, come on, I can type. Let's see if that looks all right. It does. I love how it's got these like fancy sort of metal wire bridges for this. So it's like a combination of sort of a little bit dilapidated and a little bit fancy, and I like that. That's cool. Wasn't there a second level that I was doing over here too? Thought there was. Maybe not, but let's make one. Shift D, GZ 2.5, Shift D, GZ 2.5. Cool. And, oh, turn off proportional. Come back, yeah, grab it. Shift D, proportional off. GZ 2.5. There we go. Shift D, GZ 2.5. Okay. And Shift D, GZ 2.5. Okay. And this one, E to there. To there. Fill. 3, make it a bridge. Let's see. That should give us kind of a neat looking raised, yeah. The more multi-level stuff you get, the better. So it's like a tower walkway kind of vibe. I actually think I'm gonna get rid of this face here. So it just does that. Nice. Multi-leveling is great. Do it whenever you can. I think we'll do it over here too. Shift D, GZ 2.5. Shift D, GZ 2.5. So we're up. Then we need to take these ones. Shift D, GZ 2.5, up, cool. And then I'm going to cut that in half. And just like this, and fill. It looks a little weird here, but once we make it a bridge, it should be fine. Let's see. Yeah. Nice. Why? We don't know. Doesn't matter. But it looks cool. Yeah, our bridge doesn't quite touch here, does it? Because it's not quite perfect. We can just take this edge, though, and rotate it like that. And that should make it better. Since we don't really care if these faces line up perfectly or not. In fact, it might be cool if they don't. Yeah, that's better. Okay, save. But it would be cooler for multiple levels, Michael. Come on. That's all that matters. Okay, we got bridges going across. Looking good. I want to decide if I just want to keep wooden buildings in here or if I want to do some plaster as well. Right now, everything has been wooden thus far, and it looks cool. I'm going to put a little bridge here, too. I wonder what would happen. Let's see. Tab. If I make this plus assign a balcony. That's a little better. I make the next one up a balcony too. Or down. Make this one a balcony. And this one a balcony. You get a balcony, and you get a balcony. Let's see. That's going to get rid of the supports underneath those ones. But might make it cooler. Certainly makes it easier for me to see shit. Sure. We're doing that. Really wish I had a pole going up the edge there, but I can maybe add one manually if it really bugs me later. Like our bridge. Come back in. This one. Add a cross here like this, and actually X face. See what that does. I just like playing with these things. Yeah, that's cool. Because in here we can 2 EZ minus 2.5 and bring it forward just a bit for a ladder. Yeah, we got a ladder going up to there now. Great. Just all sorts of like fun silhouettes that'll look good in the fog is kind of what I'm focusing on. Oh, the GIF doesn't show up in OBS. I didn't see it. Darn. Like, I want to see the GIF, but no, it doesn't. I don't see it. Sad. Great. Okay. Let's look and see what we're going to do for our market. Start adding some assets from that. Can I pull them from medieval market? Or do I need to actually... Oh, yeah, it looks like I can. I got my groups. Couldn't remember if I brought them in or if I had to pull them directly. I'm just going to be pulling some market stall type things from Kitbash 3D just because it's going to be easier for me in the short term. I don't necessarily recommend doing this every time. Sometimes it's better to make it yourself, but sometimes you just don't have time anyway. So I did not make all these cool market assets. On the other hand, no one, if I were doing this for work, none of my bosses would give a shit. So that is also true. New collection. I'm just going to go to market. Okay. And G. I like that's already curved. That's kind of fun. Where do we want to put it? Why is it putting my market there? Whatever. Fine. Here. 3D cursor. Let's see if this is big enough or nearly big enough that we want to make it bigger. Kind of like it throwing it just like in here. But we will need to make that area bigger then if we do. But I do like it there. So let's put it there. I just think it looks cool in that nestled in that corner, which means we're going to need to come in here and edit this thing again. And actually, goes to here, and to here. And if we do individual origin, no, yeah, to this, where are we? SX0. Great. Pretty close to what we wanted. And then we can grab one more, maybe two more on either side. Yeah. And E. Out to there. The difference is when you're doing something visual is that it becomes a sameness after a while if everything uses the same source. So it's not exactly the same as code because I want to see something different. Where it's like you get to the point where like all ships look like Star Wars ships or Halo ships or whatever, because instead of generating your own, you just used somebody else's ship. So you need to make sure that you're doing something where it doesn't really matter. And there is a school of thought that I can get behind that says everything really matters. That it's the little things that separate you from other stuff. So that's why. But on the other hand, I'm also doing a live stream and I don't have a week to make this set, which I probably would if I were doing it for, quote, real. So that's the counter argument. Let's keep adding some more stuff. Right on. I feel like, weirdly, it's like my responsibility as I'm doing this to sort of be like, don't do that all the time, please, to people. That's kind of my vibe. Make sure that's in market. I don't know if I moved to market. I'm just going to actually go to market. This little piggy's going to market. And can I set it to bounding box center? No. Fine. I just want to go there anyway, but whatever. We'll have to move this zone. G. 3D cursor. 3D cursor. If I separate everything off into its own center, it's going to be a pain in my ass, so I'm keeping it as a group, and that's why I still have to do it this way. And we're going to have to make that platform bigger, aren't we? Things you see when you start looking at other stuff. That's fine. That'll be fun up there. I'm not editing this. Editing this. Okay, and I'll take these 4 E out to at least there. Great. Then I'm going to select these. Oh, it's all the way. You dink. Grab that. Those. E out to not that one. Out to there. Cool. I haven't broken anything yet. And we are going to go to bigger. Okay, and cool. There's a platform now that's big enough for this tent. Okay. I'll line it up. Just try to make it make sense with the things that it randomly puts on there, which is always fun. That looks cool. Save. So two market stalls created already, but let's see if we can add some more. I'm gonna just turn this off temporarily so I can think of it in terms of design versus looking at the bits on it. Take this. Bring it in. And I want to put it like right in here, maybe. It would help too if I had a better sense of what I was going to do with this, which I don't, because then I could like focus areas of detail a little bit better. But let's do that and that, and turn this sucker back on. I really wish I could turn those off for individual faces. I might even go through and modify this beautiful platform generator so that I can do that, but not today. Let's just see what it looks like if I turn off. Is it supports? No supports. No. Is it supports? No, it's not supports. We like supports. It's oblique supports. No, it's not those. What is it? Oh, those are cool. Braces? No. Maybe it was supports and I just missed it. No supports. No. What are those things? I'm just gonna go look and find them, and then I'll probably make it easier for me. Okay, it's no, that's a bridge. That thing. What is that? Braces. That's a brace. That's what I thought. Okay. Come back. There we are. Okay, so that's a brace. We want to turn off braces. Pillars and braces inside. No pillars inside. That we want for sure. That might help us just a lot anyway. That definitely helps us a lot. Then braces off. Still has them on though. I'm not crazy. Find braces. No. Base, ground, pillar inside, beams, random mirror. I should just be able to find that folder. In a minute, what I'm going to do is, let's see, just a collection. That'll do it. Fuck you. Get rid of it so I can't use you anymore. Okay. Yes. Now, do we like that? Is that okay? I think that's okay. And it's just going to make our life a lot easier for moving around this thing. So let's get rid of it. Okay. So I think we're going to say that for right now, this area is going to be our primary because we have 2 here that I like. And that one up on the top on the other side is kind of a good look through. So let's start building around as if these platforms are where our camera's primarily going to be focusing. Make sure it's in market again. It was not, and that's why everything was slow. Okay, yes. There. Cool. Like that. Digging that muchly. This one. At the point that it annoys you. That's always my answer. I don't do enough of that, actually. I have one more monitor I could use, but I like having... I kind of have one for the main, one for my what you call asset browser, and one so I can see you guys talking in OBS. So... Which way does it pour? Does it pour anywhere? Oh, fuck off. Does it have a tap? It does have a tap. If we want to reverse that, okay. If we even see it, but we'll just want to show it. Cool. Good deal. That's looking all right. I like that. Save it. We're still doing pretty okay on our poly count. We're not bad. Find some more smaller things we can put into this market area. Actually, I want a stair too. I want a stair up to here. So let's build one. Cool. Yeah, there we go. It's a sharp stair, but it's a stair. Cool. There's another one that doesn't have a an awning, which I kind of want. I'm gonna put it here. Where? Here. 7G to it. Up. Line us up. Cool. Good deal. Just to get some clutter in here, basically. And I want it to feel a little bit more crowded than it does right now, for sure. Kind of like that one like sort of sticks off the side a little bit like that. We'll rotate it just a bit more. We won't worry about that bath. We're not going to worry about that intersecting jug there. Maybe we will a little bit. Let's turn it back just slightly. There we go. Cool. Save. And we can just grab some boxes now too. Throw them up here. And okay, there we go. Cool. Other things we want to add. Let's see. So this is the ground level. So we could, it would be a pain in the ass for them to wheel a wagon around here. But we could put a wagon, particularly up here. Ooh, no, wheelbarrow. That'll work. Yeah. Take a look where we're at. Come back. Where we're at. Wheelbarrow. Here. Let's set a camera, just so I can have something to jump back to every time instead of having to find it every time again. And 35. Okay, so we're looking at like that as our starting point to sort of see what our market's looking like. We're starting to fill up a little bit. That's all right. Good. I think we want to bring this forward. Just so we can see it better, basically. Yeah. Cool. And we're very medieval right now, which is okay. We might move away from that a little bit. Because there is more tech. This is not just a medieval tech world. It's not a high-tech world mostly, but there is stuff here. Let's see. Yeah, that's cool. Nice. A little bit higher. So we got some overlap now. That's good. And Still want to just duplicate a couple of them. Let's duplicate this one. Yeah, cool. Starting to get some stuff there. Let's see, is there anything from Medieval Siege we want to use? It has sort of some different but similar kind of vibe stuff. Or oh, it's a different wheelbarrow. Do I like it better? It's kind of a better wheelbarrow. Let's go to some big, medium, small. And Water Village. Let's see if we can add some of the like sort of Vietnamese-y looking stuff. Oh yeah, these will be neat. Just to sort of help separate that it's not just like ye old medieval Europe. We're gonna go with this one. Can go a little bit. Let's go to local. A little bit further in, so it's almost touching that pole, but it's not. That's cool. Yeah. That'll help us, I think. Okay. Now, I'm going to just see if this will work, because I have it open still, right? Yes, I do. Come back. Great. Whole thing. I want to just grab this fog. If I can grab the... Where's my fog? Easy fog. Select objects. Can I just copy from here? I think so. Let's see. Scene collection and paste. No, okay, it doesn't go into its own fog group. What's the group called here? Alt-tab easy fog. Let's see if that'll work. New collection. Alt-tab easy fog. Can I go to Alt-tab easy fog and have it actually work? Yeah, looks like it does. Cool. Not that I need to change it, I don't think, but that just brings it in so it lines up nicely with everything we had already. I don't have to rebuild it again. I think I'm going to raise it up just a little bit taller. Great. Save. And then HDR, we could just import it, but let's just grab it again. Import HDR images. Cloudy tonight. It's 1094 is the one we were using. I remember from yesterday. Save. Now let's see what that looks like. We need to go grab our. We need to go create rather our scatter, and I still haven't made a new biome out of it. So I guess I could just do that to start with. Okay, good. The fog's there. The light's there. Excellent. This one over here, geoscatter. Can I just do this real quick? Let's see. Geoscatter. We're an aqua biome. I don't need to mess with that one. I want the other one. Well, I will get the aqua one too, but retopo circle. Jungle Forest 2. I'm going to rename it to Mire Swamp. And I want to select it to biome. Are the whole thing selected? Yes. Selected to biome. Great. Great. Done. Okay. Do it. Because it's annoying to have to rebuild this thing every time. Well, it says it's doing it. Okay, let's see if we can find it now. I'm just going to turn off fog for right now, too. Geoscatter. Select the ground. Biome scatter. Open biomes. My biomes. No. Did it not refresh it? Can I refresh it? Might need to exit out and come back in. Let's just try and see, because that'll be a lot faster if it does. File, quit. Now, file, open. Don't save this one. Mire Market. I might need to exit Blender again, and that would be a pain, but let's see. Biome scatter, open biomes, my biomes. There it is. Cool. It's called my biome. I didn't rename it properly. Well, whatever. We know that's what it is. Loading, loading, loading. I should totally save more biomes. I'm just slack about it. I have no idea. Add-ons definitely do slow Blender's loading up, or they can. Asset libraries, I imagine. I don't know. I have quite a few. Sometimes it seems slow, sometimes not. I don't know. But definitely it does. The more add-ons you have that it loads up into memory when it starts, the slower it'll be to start with. Now, how much that matters, I don't know. Like, are we talking like it's 20 milliseconds versus 10 milliseconds? Could be. Almost there. It's a big area. It has to pull everything in before it turns it all off, so it's slow the first time. Done, 100%. Great. Didn't even give me a warning, or is it still thinking? Yes, it only loads a thumbnail, but it's still got to load the thumbnail. So, Botanic. Botanic, or just the one that comes with Geoscatter if you want to get the scattering too. But Botanic. Come on. Okay, so it is moving, so I should be able to turn it off now. Turn off Geoscatter. There we go. Great. Now we can play. Okay, so my biome. And group culling mask. Upward obstruction. Water. Okay, so it didn't bring that across. I wasn't sure if it would. Okay. Cluster. Proximity. I want to move this. I'm going to change my mind. Well, I want to look at this. Okay, I want to duplicate it. Shift D. I should have turned it off first. Okay, and then remove the ruin gen and the Boolean. Good. I'm going to move it. New collection, structure, Z. Create. And I want to see if I can do it even when it's not, if it'll work even when it's not visible. I think it should. Okay. Where are we? Proximity, repel, structures. Come on. And great. I can theoretically turn it back on, but I'm going to make sure only cluster is on. And turn back on. Oh, and I'm going to make structures minimum distance of 4 meters. So it's obvious. Now on. Great. Now, can I take this and just nuke it? Yep. Okay, great. So it's a simple object that's doing our repelling without having to worry about it. And actually, we could do the same for this, maybe. Let's turn it off. Shift D, M, structures, and kill it so it doesn't have a geometry node. And then turn that. And then come back to this and turn it back on. Yeah, okay. Pretty good. This is still too close. We need to punch it up higher. And maybe the best way to do that, actually, if I'm just going to use these as essentially upward obstructions for that. Now let's bring it down. Okay. It's this one, right? Yes. Great. GZ down. Yes. Okay. Cool. Now I can hide it again. So I just essentially created a dummy that it's using to check for closeness to things. And great, so we get some underneath there, which I like. And it's going to be much faster to calculate because it's not having to do all of the mad, crazy other things that it's adding. It's not as 100% accurate, so like it's not taking these poles into consideration. But I think for what we're doing, this is great. Okay, so we got that. Then this is our bamboo. We want to do again a repel. I call it structures. We'll leave it called that, even though really it's just like something else. But great. And save. And turn it on. Okay. Yeah, it's... Oh, we need to give it a distance of like 4 meters again, or 3 meters. Let's try 3. Yeah, like I said, G-scatter is good. But if you just want the plants, Botanic is pretty much the best, in my opinion. And it's certainly one of the most affordable. There are other ones out there, but bang for the buck, Botanic is pretty hard to beat. I'm liking this. So we haven't built our market really any bigger out than here. And if we're going to do different angles, we might need to. But I think in the interest of us... Whew, okay, we got a globe right there. Let's go up a bit so we're above that globe. Let's just see what it looks like. Save. Because this would be our light now. And turn fog back on. Nice. That's getting us what we want, I think. I think we need something up here on this top level. I'm just going to hide geoscatter again. Like up here. And maybe I'm going to go from Grand Bazaar on this one. And see what we can find. Is anything? Those are almost like built into walls, though. Yes. Well, that's actually aquatic, but it's another one by the same people. Botanic just has the plants, but aquatic is their like water elements thing, and it is fantastic. And I like this stall. I wish it had more. I mean, I could just use it. But I kind of want to use it. I'm going to, just because it's so beautiful. Well, yeah. Sorry, I'm talking to myself again. Let's bring this stall in. Take a look at it. It's kind of meant to be against a wall, but I just love it. Let's bring it over to... and make sure to move it to market. Just going to have built a little facade, I think. Yeah. Yeah, rotate it. Come on, rotate. There we go. And we'll grab a tent from Kitbash 3D. Medieval Siege, I think, has like a, not like a tent, but like an awning that we can use. Yeah. Double awning on it. We might scale it down a bit too. Yeah, we will. This, Control C, rotation. Great, yeah. And then scale this down. Actually, let's go up. Cool. There we go. Cool. I think that's going to be good. Take a look. We need to bring our people in still too, and then we got to probably repose them, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Wish I had something running like across here. Let's take a look. You know what? We're just going to build something because we want it, and it'll be better. E. There we go. 3. Shifty GZ 2.5. Shifty GZ 2.5. Cool. And Shifty GZ 2.5. Great. Now, subdivide. Cool. Fill. 3. Make it a bridge. Come back over. Yes. That's very helpful for our composition. We like it. Don't really need to worry about what this tower over here is doing. It's kind of fine. Just for funsies, I'll just put something up here, though. GY. Great. Yeah, do a little bit back out. There we go. Cool. Can barely see it anyway in this shot, but we might later. Take a look again. Great. It's a little dark. We're going to brighten it up a little bit. Oh, well, of course, but geoscatter will help with that too. Let's see. Because that's going to add, yeah, some nice green. Some greens in there. I like it. That's looking pretty good. Okay. People. I got a few minutes. Where am I like, I could stop any time now, but I almost never do, so whatever. Delete hierarchy. Gonna go make tea in about another 15 minutes, but, you know, for right now. Collection. Let's just grab... I've been even doing this with this turned on. Great. Let's grab our first dude. He's like the fancy one. Select a hierarchy. Copy objects. Back over to here. I'm going to turn our fog to unselectable. And we're going to put our fancy dude like right here in the front. New collection. Pipples. And G. Come over. And let's turn off geoscatter right now. GZ up to here. There we go. A little bit more. Let his little feetsies go. Frog boy. There he is. Cool. We like him. I'm going to see this guy is which one? Armature 5. Good to know. My PC is not that great. I have 64 gigs of RAM, which is not that big a deal anymore, and a 4090, but we haven't gotten to the rendering part yet. So you could do most of this with less than that. The 4090 is probably going to make it possible to just have the VRAM to do what I need to do for rendering. But other than that, F4, import FBX. We're going to grab a walk pose. Walking pose. Okay, and then Rococo, retargeting. Source is armature 6. Target is armature 5. Build the bone list. Retarget the animation. There we go. He's got a big stridey walk to him now. He thinks he's badass. Let's just rewind him so he's not quite so everywhere. That's better. Clear animation data. Let's delete the other guy. So he's walking. And we just grab him and move him. We'll do them one at a time now. Copy objects. We're going to put him where we can see, like right there. Cool. On there. There we are. Bring him up. There's little feetsies in there. Oh, come on, too high. There we go. Cool. You can see him walking there. Nice. Let's do this guy. So he's armature 3. Import FBX. I don't know what kind of a pose we want to put him in. I think we're just going with a standard idle, which is different from the neutral idle the other guy's in. Idle. So he's armature 3, we said. Right. So source is going to be armature 7. Target, armature 3. Build the bone list. Personal project. Mostly I can't share the professional stuff that I'm doing when I'm doing it. So armature 3. There we go with that one. Cool. 7. Delete the hierarchy. 3. Select it. Copy objects. And where do we want to put him? Let's put him like right here. We probably won't really see him too well, but in this shot, but let's put him there. Paste. And GZ5. GZ 2.5. There we go. Close enough. A little bit more. Okay, so you can see him there behind the wagon. It's kind of cool. And then we'll bring in this guy. Sure, so he's going to be 2, right? The armature 2. F4, import FBX. Again, these are just Mixamo poses that I have saved over time that work with this body rig and A-frame pose. So, and source is going to be 8. Target is going to be 2. Build the bone list. Retarget. Cool. I like the pointy one. Clears animation data. objects. And put him like right there. Paste. GZ8. That was close, right? Yeah. We're gonna, actually, I like him about there. He's fine. It's gonna be dark anyway. Probably not gonna see him for shit. So, I guess the only one we got left is this guy, so we might as well do him. 4. We could literally leave him in the same pose as our other guy, but since he's got the same hat on, let's give him a new one. And maybe Orc Idol, sure. And that's going to be source is 9. Target is 4. Yeah, cool. Clear the animation data. Grab him. Let's just see that's our farthest over. We can kind of see a dude. I kind of want to put somebody up on a second level too. Just feel like that would be good. So let's put him up here. Yeah. We'll put him back to us, I think, too. GZ10. So he's like a merchant, probably. Where am I? 4. There. Cool. Take a look. We don't need as many people as there would actually be in the scene. We just need enough people that your brain goes, oh, there are people there. That's kind of the only important part. Yeah, I like that he breaks the silhouette like that. Yeah. Yeah, he looks good there. Digging that. I'm going to turn back on our lighting to see if we need to add any more real quick, but then we're basically done. Scatter's on. Cool. And take a look. Cool. Hard to see, which is kind of what I wanted, ironically, for this one. Focus on, I don't know, there. This is about 10 meters anyway, same difference. Not bad. Maybe a bit brighter this time, let's see. Or maybe a bit darker. Kind of like it at that dusk stage, but I do want to give us a sort of a subtle sense of where we're looking. So let's do that. Yeah, on this guy here. Again, with the fake lighting. Film lighting. Light. Area. We're going to set it to a disk. We're going to set its color, not Kelvin, color to slightly green, like that. Okay. And then, yeah, back there. And we're going to set its spread to like 60. I love this fog. It's just it's using the Mie fog scatter mode from a volume scatter. Other than that, it's just and a bit of noise on it. Other than that, it's pretty much normal. But I love it as well. I got the basis from the Easy Fog modifier, but it's doing is setting up those things in advance for me. There's nothing really complicated that we're using. It's just like, oh yeah, throw a noise onto a volume scatter. Okay, so we need to set this thing so it doesn't have visibility to our volume scatter. There we go. Now we got just a bit of light coming in on him. Let's make it so fall off smoothness is like 50. Smoother, yeah. It actually feels a bit bright now that I've cut it down. We could maybe, rather than change brightness, if we set our spread to 120, that will drop the brightness down. And it's real subtle, I think. But you can see it's going here. So we got it with and then without. Yeah. So it's like, oh, there's a guy there, but you're not ever going to wonder what's lighting him. It's subtle enough. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Beauty lighting. It's a wedding shot. Come on, graduation. You know. And that, I think, my friends, is where we're going to stop for today. We made our 4 different Goblin clothing modified versions of our first guy from yesterday. We built the underlying rock platform and then used that as a source to sort of build the plywood platform on top of that. Threw in our market. Got our biome finally created so I can use it without having to recopy it and rebuild it every time, which is nice. Feeling pretty good about it. I am liking it. So yeah, I'll go ahead and get these rendered out, put them up on the socials, and be back again same time tomorrow. I think we're going to meet our next human tomorrow, living in this particular city. Should be fun. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, folks. I appreciate it. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Later.